Hello everyone, welcome to class 8 of Python programming. I'm Pratap from Smears Education Solutions. I'll discuss about the use of loops in list. Now you can see we have two lists here. One is A, 10, 20, 30, 40. The second one is B, Amit, Ramit, Rachit, Rakesh. These are the two lists here, and I would like to get the printout. The easiest way is I can write print, one print statement. Here I will write 0. You must be knowing this one already. A naught. Then we'll copy it and we'll paste here. And you can see, even we'll write print A. If you see here the difference, let me write first 0, 1, 2, 3. You will get 1 in each row here. Print, okay, I have to run this one as well. So then this one. Now, when I wanted to print A0, I got A0. I wanted to print A1, I got A1. I wanted to print A2, I got A2. I wanted to print A3, I got A3. And I printed A also in one line. Now you see there are 4 lines because there are 4 print statements. However, I have only one line here. I have only one print statement. So you like to print everything using a for loop. Let me copy this one and take here. And then I will write for I in range. Remember here there are 4, so I will write 4. How many elements we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've written 4. According to index 0, 1, 2, 3. We have to write a colon. If I write print I, then what will happen? This I has no link with the list. I will get 0, 1, 2, 3. If you see here, 0, 1, 2, 3. But here in printout, 10, 20, 30, 40. These are the indices. The first index is 0, the next one is 1, then 3, then 2, then 3. These are the indices. So what we can do is, we already got to print out for these, the indices. If we change this to A, suppose I write A here, then what will happen? I'll get the printout for AI. What is I? I will start from 0, I will end at 3. This is what we already discussed in the last class. If I run it, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, I get 10, 20, 30, 40. It's very easy. You can write for I in range, you need to count the number of elements here. The index will start with 0, then it will end at 3. So what it will do is, this is a for loop, it will continue, it will start with 0 index, and then A0 will be printed. Then because it's a for loop, it will loop. For the second time, I will take the value 1 and A1 will be printed. Second print statement. Remember here there are 4 print statements. That's why we are getting 4 lines, output in 4 lines. If you see what you are going from here, we'll write something. Suppose print simple one I will write, and here. Then you see and comes here. Sometimes by mistake if you write, every time we will get and, because for every value of I, we are getting 2 lines. So 4 into 2, 8 lines we'll get in printout. These are the 8 lines in printout. So we will have to write here if we don't want to get that. Importantly, we are not interested in this. What will happen is, once the for loop is over, the control will go here. Even from here, we can go here or somewhere else through functions. We are not doing those now. So just remember, we are interested in the for loop to print the elements in a list. This is not the only way. We have another way also. If we want, we can use the second method. This is first method. So in second method, what will happen? I will write the list and see the difference between this and this. I will write for I in A, that's all, this much. That means whatever is there in I, you print that. Here I know AI. Here we are not using range function. Here we are not using, we are not printing by taking their index, like indices A0, A1, A2. That way we are not printing. Whatever in A, whatever is there in A, I in A, that means what will happen is, we use next method here, but I'm not going to that. Here we use iterable and iterator concept that I'll do separately in subsequent classes. Just remember now, first it will pick up this element, it will print, then next method it will use, and it will go on printing whatever we have written here. So what will happen is, you will get the same output 10, 20, 30, 40. So this is another method. There is no range function, and I will not start with 0 or 1, something like that. Whatever is there, that will be printed. Even you can write val. You see in most of the books they write val, value. It's a variable. Whatever you want, you can write that. It will not matter. So what you can write is, for I in this, you print this. The problem with first method is, if by chance you change it to a set, if you change it to a set, then it will not work. It will not work. It will show error. Though we didn't study set by now, but later you see this method is more useful, second method, because if you make it a set also, it will work. Though we'll study sets later, but now remember, in set also it will work. Repetition is not allowed in a set, and there is no index concept. If I write this way, I will change it to a set here, and then I try printing these things, I will not get. Let me run this. Now A is a set, and I will try to print this. See, there is error. Even I won't be able to print a single one. Because what happens is, set concept is different. You will not get the elements through index. A0 is not 10 now. What will happen is, suppose you have repetition, then if you say this is A0, A1, A2, A3, I mean, they are the one. So A4 or A5, if you write, that way you won't get the elements. So taking the index, we can never print these elements in a set. So method 1 will not work. We can print even this one, forget about using a for loop like this AI. So this kind of AI thing will not work for sets. But if you have a list, anything you can use. There are two methods. Though second method is the preferred one. For I in a print I, that's all. Even here, if you don't want to separately write, you can copy this and you can paste here. You copy this one and then you paste this one here. You don't need to mention that. In 2 lines you can write. Yeah, there is we don't need A at all. Naming is not required. You want to print here, you will get the printouts. You want to print this way, then also you will get the printouts. Suppose I write, I'll make it a set, then also I'll get the printouts. However, we have not done sets now, so we'll not worry. Remember, these are the elements we wanted to print, and we'll get one by one. Initially, the first one I will be printed. The first one is 10, 10 will be printed. Then using next method, it will go to the next one. Finally, the last will be printed. Then it will be stopped here. For loop is over. Then you can write whatever you want. You can write it here, and that way it will continue. So remember, there are two methods. We can print the elements, and also another thing, you just mark it. We'll do it later in some other class. When you are printing A, suppose if I write print A, then what will happen? You will get in one line. Suppose I will change it to A, you are getting the printout in one line, 10, 20, 30, 40. Here, in both the methods, you get in 4 lines, because you are executing here 4 statements, not one. Here, one statement. You might ask a question, can we get the printout here as well? 10, 20, 30, 40 in one line? Yes, it's possible. But yeah, we need to do something more. I'm not going to that now. Maybe in the subsequent classes, we'll discuss about this one. So remember, these are the 2 ways we use normally to print the elements in a set. Sorry, in a list, even all set also. Even tuple is there. I'm not going to the concepts of tuple and set now. You can make it a tuple and you can print the elements. That is also possible. Now, if I write B here, you get all Amit, Ramit, Rachit, Rakesh, whatever I wrote. See, whatever I wrote, I got all the printout. If you want to write A here, you will get the printout. If you want to change something to, suppose, JK, so you get this, so 10, 20, JK, 40. Even here also you can write within quotes. We're not using tupular set anyway, so let me write this. You print, get all. Both the methods will work. Here we are printing, taking their indices. Here we are printing directly. So to take indices, we need a function called range. Here no range function is needed. Pick up the first one, then one by one, next step, till the last one. This much only we need. So these are very important. The 2 methods we'll use always later in base Python, advanced Python, and elsewhere. If you want to make any career in Python. This much for today's class. We'll have more in the next class. Please subscribe to our channel and share with your friends, those who want to study, make a career using Python. We'll upload hundreds of videos in subsequent time. This much for today's class. Thank you.